This is Wes Porter. This is the introduction to the Federal Rules of Evidence, and we're taking up in the intro to the Federal Rules 3 of the most important questions you can ask on the front end. And for me, before you ever get to a question that sounds like it's based on the evidentiary rules, is this evidence relevant? Is it unfairly prejudicial? Does it implicate character evidence? Is it hearsay? Before you ever get into the rules, these are 3 questions that you should ask, and we're going to do a video just on the first one. But the 3 most important questions: where are we? And I'm going to talk about what that means in this video. What is the evidence? And maybe most importantly of these 3 questions, what is the proponent trying to do? What is the proponent trying to prove? So when we talk about where are we, that can really fracture out into a couple different things. Where are we with geography? If you're taking a test or you're wrestling with an evidentiary problem, it could say, you know, we're in California state court, we're in federal court, we're in military court. Where are we? Where are we? What is the jurisdiction? What rules are going to apply? Obviously, for California state court, we're going to use the California Evidence Code. If we're in federal court, no matter where, we're going to use the Federal Rules of Evidence. If we're in military court, we're going to use the Military Rules of Evidence. So where are we geographically is important. What's the stage of the case? Is it a preliminary hearing? Is it some type of evidentiary hearing before the jury is brought in? Is it a sentencing hearing? Is it the grand jury? A lot of times in the front end of an essay question, they'll say, what stage of the case are we at? During grand jury, during a suppression hearing, during a sentencing hearing. You got to pay attention to that because the rules don't apply in most other instances except for when you're at trial. And most importantly, a lot of rules turn on civil versus criminal. So you got to know, is this a civil case? Does it say a case for negligence, a case for employment discrimination, a case that arises in tort? Or does it sound like a criminal case? Is it a burglary, a robbery, a murder, so on? Where are we? Talk about a few different things that come up. Which rules apply? You also got to pay attention to from what perspective. Are we talking about from the perspective of the proponent, the one that's putting on evidence, the one that's presenting evidence at the time? Are they saying that the prosecution is asking questions of the victim in the case, so therefore we know the proponent is presenting testimony, eliciting testimony from its key witness in the case? Or is it from the perspective of the opponent? You are the person that is charged with objecting. You're the one that's supposed to stand in opposition. You're the one that's supposed to object to what's going on in the party. Who are you? How you were situated in the evidentiary question, or how are you situated in your problem that you're trying to solve? And you can see again, sort of where are we in the process? Is it a pretrial? Is it a prelim? Is it grand jury? Is it sentencing? Where is it? Is it civil or criminal? And again, geographically, is it federal? Is it state court? Is it military? Is it Hawaii? So the Hawaii rules of evidence might apply, not the federal rules of evidence that apply. A key question to stop and pause at the front of every evidence essay, every evidence question is, where are we? Which court? From what perspective? Where in the process are we? Then we move on to some of the other evidentiary grounds for objection. And here you see we scroll through them. This is what we're going to talk about in the entire course. Is it relevant? Is it a policy change? Challenges? Is it hearsay? Is it non-hearsay? Does an exception apply? Is it about someone's character? Is it an opinion, evidence, expert testimony? Is it privilege? Or does it raise some 403 concerns? One of the 403 dangers is sort of a last-ditch effort.